Well, for more on TikTok's future in the U.S., I'm joined by Scott Schober. Scott is the president and CEO of Berkeley Varitronic Systems, a telecommunications equipment supplier. Thank you for joining me again.
Hey, great to be back.
So let's start with your thoughts on the grounds for the judge's decision to block the U.S. government's efforts to ban TikTok downloads from app stores.
Yeah, well, I think it's interesting when we think about how much progress. It was looking like it would really be banned on Sunday, and a lot of people were very nervous, especially TikTok users. But the judge clearly did not see enough clarity there for a reason. Now, it doesn't mean it won't be banned. It's been extended to final judgment, I guess, ultimately, and pushed off till November. But for now, users can still download TikTok because there's not enough merit there, I guess, against what the Trump administration has said. So a little bit more time will probably let this unfold, whether it will or will not be banned.
And obviously this was determined before versus after Election Day. So to what degree do you think a finalized deal with Oracle and Walmart would alleviate the Trump administration's data privacy concerns?
Well, I think the challenge here is really what's going to happen, because China is taking a hard line, obviously, against what the Trump administration is pushing. And what's really holding up things is an export registration, if it's going to allow a license for it to allow it to be enabled. And really what that's talking about, or what they're talking about there, is giving them permission. And I think that's what's really important for the algorithm to be released, because Oracle wants the algorithm. They want access to the engine of TikTok. The problem is China is saying, no, 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 we're not going to allow that to happen. So the Chinese government can actually prevent this from going forward. So it's going to be a little bit of a battle back and forth. And, of course, we know that Trump is going to probably hold the line and say, hey, you know, if this doesn't come through, I'm going to be banning it across the board, which in turn will also affect other apps like WeChat and many others. So Chinese companies are probably frustrated, as well as the Chinese government.
So to that point, then, talk about the reaction out of China and really the implications that this does have for other Chinese tech companies.
It's a good point. When you think about it from the Chinese side of things, I believe they're feeling, and some have actually mentioned this, they feel like this is similar to extortion. They feel like the U.S. is kind of has a stronghold, or acting like a gangster, forcing these companies to break off a U.S. division. So in fairness, it does not seem right. And then the counter on the Trump administration, they keep claiming, hey, China can't keep doing this. They can't keep collecting data on Americans, because this is compromising national security. So the argument has two sides that keep going back and forth, and both sides do have some merit to it. So they really, again, have to come together and resolve these things, and do it soon, because there, as was mentioned, there's a lot of users that are actively using TikTok day in, day out because of this pandemic. And to date, it's well over 2 billion downloads for an app, which is outstanding.
And you mentioned the application for export licenses in China. What can you tell us about that application and how, whether it's related or not, to the actual U.S. sale regarding TikTok?
Yeah, well, about a month ago or so, China did update the regulations. And it appears, and nobody knows for 100% sure, but appears to be tied closely to TikTok, specifically the algorithm, the engine, which is really the secret sauce that TikTok that makes it work so well. And what I mean by that is really it learns, the artificial intelligence learns what the user likes. So when you hit the like button and you follow certain videos and dances and lip syncing, it learns your likes so well that it caters content toward you, which in turn allows advertisers to get super fine targeted ads to the end users, which makes them very profitable. So it's a great marketing advertising engine just for that. That algorithm is extremely valuable. That's what is being held up there, and China is looking at it very carefully, whether they'll give permission to release that so Oracle and or Walmart could see how that works.
All right. Well, thank you very much. We'll have to leave it there. Thank you, as always. Scott Schober there, President and CEO of Berkeley Varitronic Systems.